Hey everyone. Before we start riffs, I have to let you know that unfortunately we've lost a session. I went to Georgia Georgia and Washington, D.C. Basically, I was gone for 2 weeks. And that first week I was able to partake in the riff session, but I wasn't able to record it. And Piff had tried to record a copy, but it didn't work out. So we kind of lost that session. The other week, or the one that we were about to start, I wasn't there because I was driving home from Washington, D.C. But this recording did work from Piff's point of view, so you'll get that. However, I need to catch you up on the session you missed. The good news is I don't remember too much too many important things. It should be fairly easy to catch you up. We went back to the Max Perry cave in order to finish exploring it and make sure that we got what Tyrath actually needed. We ran into a fairly difficult fight with more Max Perry, and a Max Perry, I guess, leader is what you would call it, a shaman. He had some sort of magical orb that used water magic, and it made quite an interesting time for us. But we managed to overcome the challenges, and we took them down, and we got ourselves a new magical artifact, which is, like I said, it's a magical, like, crystal ball, I guess is what you would describe it, that is a water artifact that basically allows you to cast like 30 some odd different spells that all have to do with water, like turn the ground into mud, create water, turn water into wine, create a giant ice ball, all kinds of fun little things like that. So that was really fun. In addition, we found lots of mushrooms that we were able to determine. There were lots of mushrooms that were basically nourishment. You eat a mushroom, and even though it's one small mushroom, it's enough to fill you up. The most interesting, we found healing mushrooms that basically, if you eat them, they induce a very deep sleep, during which you heal at a faster than normal pace, but it also gives you very vivid dreams. And we took all these back to the behemoth. We didn't finish exploring the caves. I believe that's finished in the next episodes that we're going to see. But we went back to the behemoth, and we discovered what the mushrooms were for, and we also had Kirk, the older gentleman from the medbay that we had rescued from the Splagorth, wake up. And he was very confused and upset at first, not really knowing where he is. Al basically told him the truth, with some things left out, that he was rescued from the Splagorth. He was just here to be healed, and as soon as he was good, he was free to go on his way. We also had an issue where obviously Mariah is, having problems and needs to go back to Perrin Post very quickly. And we found out that this gentleman, Kirk, is going to take at least 3 days or so before he is good enough to be good on his own without medical attention or care. We tried to offer him one of the healing mushrooms. However, while it seems he's not with the Coalition right now or anymore, he certainly shares their views when it comes to magic, and he did not want to touch the stuff. And since Al wasn't going to force feed him or make him do anything that he wouldn't want to do, their only real option was to wait it out, because they didn't want to take the guy to Perrin's Post with them. That might be dangerous. He might be part of the Coalition. So the idea is just to wait the 3 days until he is healed. The session ended, actually, with everyone, someone, I forget who, someone that had a cooking skill, I think maybe Tom or Patrick, had made one of the dream mushrooms into a soup, because we were going to give it to the patient, and we thought if we made an appetizing soup, he might eat it. Well, he didn't eat it, and the party ended up eating it, either through curiosity or frustration of just how the day was going. Everyone in the party had some of the soup, which means they all fell into a deep sleep. And when this session starts, I believe everyone is going to have whatever dreams the mushrooms created. My dream will actually not be played until the next session, so several episodes down the road when I come back. But it's there, so don't worry about it. But yeah, those are the big things. I'm sure I'm missing lots of small details, and there's lots of funny things like Mariah slowly drowning a Max Perry in mud with a blank expression. But, things happen. We lose sessions, and this should catch you up at least so that you're on the same page and you know what's going on. So, without further ado, the next 6 or so episodes is the session I missed, so I won't be there. But we have it saved and ready to go, so enjoy.
We're here. We're a little late because Inferno had...
Do people know we're on Piff's channel?
Yep.
Is there anyone here? Oh.
I twatted it.
You
there's people
twatted?
here. I'm super popular.
Get out, guys. We're not ready yet.
No, we tweeted it. We
Now we're
tweeted
ready.
it. So, yeah, sorry for the late delay. And due to Squee traveling at the moment, he won't be joining us. He might join us later on. I don't know. But I think we're going to allow him some stress-free driving. So it's just going to be ourselves, a animated out Criana, a spreadsheet expert Burn, and a streamer king Piff. And me, the god of riffs. So, when we last left off, we ended the session in a little fun way with everyone drinking some soup made of mushrooms that you recently you recently retrieved from the Max Perry. And this particular dream was a healing mushroom that also provided a realistic and detailed dreams. So, speaking last week, speaking with the players, and we figured we'd start off this session with a dreamscape. Kind of go into that before we continue the campaign proper. So before we get to Criana's, I guess I should say Mila Nora Mariah's character and Patrick's character, I know, Burn, you already had something prepared for Tom, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you share the YouTube link with us? We'll count down to 3, and we'll all listen to it, and it can be recorded, and everyone else can listen to it too.
Ooh. Does it have pictures with it, or is it more?
No,
like an
it's
audio
just
thing?
it's just an audio.
Okay.
All right. I have mine up.
Okay, me too.
Ooh. I don't know how loud this is going to be.
We'll find out.
Okay.
I'll mute myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll all mute ourselves.
Well, someone needs to count down.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
waiting for Pip to get ready.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Crazy.
This is Tom's dream sequence. Tom ate some mushroom soup that should heal his ankle and his hands. And as soon as he eats it, he proceeds to pass out. His head hitting the table and the pain radiating almost as if he was hit in the back of the head. And with that, he opens his eyes. He's back in his hometown, and his eyes are blurry, staring down at the ground, the dusty ground. The back of his knees ache, and his hands are tied behind his back, the ropes cutting deep into his skin. He looks up, and he sees his mother, a man in black armor and a skull mask, holding a gun to the back of her head. Gruffly, the soldier asks, "Any last words?" Tom's mom looks at him and tells him, "Tommy, close your eyes and don't cry. Please." Thomas, keeping his eyes open, yells out for his mom, but is interrupted by the report of the gun. The bullet, blood, brain matter, skull pieces, everything just rockets forward, and tears stream down Thomas's face. The world seems to stop almost mid-sentence, and colors fade from the world, almost to black and white. And Tom just sits there weeping, until behind him, another gruff voice chuckles and says to himself, right on time. Happy birthday, Tom. Tom, tears still streaming down his face, looks around, trying to find the voice that seems strangely familiar. He finds a man in a suit with salt and pepper hair and a strange-looking scar. A scar that goes vertically, cutting through his left eyebrow and his beard and ending at his chin. His left eye obviously replaced with a cybernetic eye. The red light staring down at him. Now this man is holding what appears to be a golden pocket watch and a nondescript wooden box. Sighing to himself, the man closes the pocket watch and puts it in his pocket, while slowly moving towards Tom. Now, it is unfortunate that the world had to teach you this lesson, that the world is a cruel, cruel place on your birthday. That there are some very bad people out in the world. Now, I actually have a present for you. This man that, again, seems strangely familiar, squats down beside Tom and takes the box that was tucked under his arm and holds it in front of him. This is my gift to you. A choice. Now, normally, you would just die here. But here you can choose. You can choose to live, to survive, to fight against the evil that is in this world. Or, I will leave, and you will die. And I need you to choose, Tom. I know it's hard, but I don't have much time. If you choose to survive, and he opens this wooden box to reveal an egg nestled in a pillow of what looks to be silk. I want you to take this, Tom. I want you to smash it. I want you to break it. That's the only way that I can save you. Tom, looking back at the horror that he just witnessed, his mom's headless body slowly falling, the bullet still in midair. And he thinks to himself, it's just an egg. What can it do? Yeah, I want to live. He reaches up, picks up the egg, and crushes it in his hands. The old man chuckles. That's the spirit, Tom. Now, make sure that you remember this. What you chose. Do not stop fighting. Do not stop surviving. And he drops the box, reaches up with his right hand, and touches Tom's forehead with his index finger and his middle finger, and gently pushes him. And in an instant, color floods back into the world, everything starts moving, and there's a curious light off in the distance. Tom really can't hear what anybody is saying. There's yelling, but he can't understand it. There's a lot of screaming of the men in black armor. They're running. They're running away from this light. And all of a sudden he's hit with a wave of warmth. And Tom hears the voice of that old man echoing in his ears again. Remember, Tom, remember. He wakes up, sitting at the dining room kitchen table, with the bowl of mushroom soup in front of him. Groggily, he puts the bowl in the sink and goes back to his room.
Ta-da!
That was sad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So that's that. So
That was good. That was very good, Burn.
Vern did a great job, and
was, yeah.
prevented me from having to do any work. So
I was gonna say, what a great storytelling bit.
yeah, I was about to say that's
Very well
called
done.
a storytelling freebie, in which the characters get to express themselves without having some nerd, ask them a bunch of questions about what they want. So speaking of. Piff, for Patrick, since you said you didn't really have anything prepared, and that's fine. I'm willing to, offer something to you. Then my only question is that since this is your character and your dream, what kind of tone do you want it to take? Do you want it to be like introspective, something to do with his past, something to do with a decision that he's made recently? Do you want it to be humorous? Do you want it to be abstract and weird? Is there a certain tone that you really want?
I'm really okay with tone. I guess the only particular thing that I would probably want is either to have it some sort of meaning, either maybe something that'll occur, present, past, future, sort of
Future?
thing.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm as
All
most
right.
dreams, I usually take wherever the dream takes me.
Okay. All right. Okay. Give me a moment. Then,
All right.
yeah, okay. I'm coming up with something. All right, you know what? Let's get this let's just fucking get this started. All right. So, in your dream, darkness gives way to a bright light. However, it is not a white light. It is a light of gold, and it becomes brighter and brighter until your vision clears, and you find yourself once again in the magical partial dimension that is the realm in which your backpack, given to you by the House of the Golden Places, that transports you from time to time. Except you know that although everything is seen very clearly, you also know that this is some sort of illusion. For your hands pass through the tables and the chairs and the doors and the walls as if they are made of spider webs, and you can feel the tingling on your fingertips as you pass through them. Standing in the center of what would be the living room is the four-legged DB known as Trudalt. And he's looking to you with a big smile on his face. And he says, "Please tell me you didn't lose it." Trudalt. He's the one in New Laszlo, the chapter leader of the House of the Golden Places. The one who told you about Ed.
Oh, him.
The one who gave you the backpack? Yes. Oh, him.
Tell me you didn't lose it, he said.
Mm-hmm.
This is a dream, so whatever answer I give can be
Whatever you want, yeah. Before you can answer, you feel a buzzing in your chest or on your chest. And sure enough, the medallion that you call Ed starts to vibrate so hard against your skin that you have to just look down and see what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
When you do so, you realize that your shirt is made of a similar golden substance, and you can see right through it. And Ed is on you, and it's vibrating so hard that it's starting to delve inside of your skin, piercing through it, drawing no blood, but as if it is vibrating and merging with your body. And soon it disappears underneath your skin, and you can still feel it vibrating within you. And then Trudalt simply says, "Good. This way, you'll never lose it." And he goes to turn away. But as he turns away, he truly just spins around, and his hairless head soon sprouts blonde locks, and his forelegs turn into two, and his bulky form turns much more slender and athletic. And by the time he turns around completely, you see Alicia. And she looks at you, no smile on her face, her bright eyes looking to you determined. And she says, "Tell me you didn't lose it." Want me to keep going?
I I'm just trying to figure out exactly how at Dream Self what I would do, how I would respond.
Okay.
I'm having a hard time is all.
Okay.
How about this? I should have it somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Well, take your time. Look for it. It is kind of important.
Patrick will, of course, look around for...
Sure. There's nothing else on your person. Indeed, it looks like all of your clothes seem to be turned into this golden wisp. However, floating nearby is a revolver. Off to your right. No, sorry, not a revolver. Your shotgun.
Okay. Patrick will actually take the shotgun and kind of push it up.
Push it up?
Yeah. I'm assuming that it's going to continue to go up if I push it up.
Oh, like to make it float up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, it's your dream and it floats up. And you hear Alicia say, "Careful, don't let it get out of reach."
And Patrick will then scour through his pockets, probably pulling out odd bits and pieces.
A handkerchief, a few test tubes, components that look like they're from some robot.
Other things that my character doesn't have on him currently. It looks like he might have taken out something that might have looked like a maybe some sort of crude blueprint of some sort of flying machine.
Okay, yes.
Bits and pieces of scattered plastics that look very oddly gray but still has colors to them, like reds and blues. Continuing to deeper and deeper, he pulls out something that is a book.
Okay. What's the book?
It has a picture of a silhouetted bird.
Hmm. Okay. And with that, Alicia looks from the gun to the book, and she sighs and she lowers her head. Her hair suddenly turns from blonde to gray, a dirty metallic gray, as her hair itself lengthens somewhat. And as she raises her head back up, it's that of an elderly woman. She looks like she's in her either late 50s or early 60s, still with an athletic form, but with eyes that look like they have traveled the world. And in a voice that you don't really recognize, it is not Alicia's, regardless of the age, she says, "Good. Much better." And with that, unless you want to stay in the dream, you wake up.
All right.
Work for you?
Yes.
Groovy. All right. Criana,
Inferno.
are you ready for your dream?
I don't know, but
We'll find out.
we'll find out.
So we'll do something very similar with Piffs then, where I'll just present something and then you can interact with your dream self. But I'll remind you that this is your dream, so you can take it whatever direction you want. And you can just be like, "Shut up, I find something else in my pockets, you ass."
Sounds good.
All right.
Oops.
No, don't. That's good. That wasn't a backhanded insult. That was it's your dream, right?
Right.
So when Mariah goes to sleep, she is in a stark green room. Green, the color of emeralds and the color of grass. And it is green walled, green ceiling, green everything, completely empty with the exception of a mirror. And in the mirror lies a reflection of herself. However, instead of less stoic and blank stared, it is a woman. It is you, who seems to have a more determined look upon her face, a more serious, no-nonsense approach. And in her hand is a hand mirror, and she extends it out towards the reflection of yourself. And in the reflection of the reflection lies another version of you, one that is smiling and happy and naive. You realize this is you, and just as you are seeing these two reflections, you are seeing through these two reflections as well. You have three different perspectives and can control three different voices. One of Mila, one of Nora, one of Mariah. And you can converse with yourself if you choose to.
Woo! Wow, would you look at this? Man, I feel really small. Hey, big me! Hey, other big me. What the hell is going on? Nora is like looking around, looking at the mirror, looking up, just very confused.
Okay.
I don't know, but this place is great. Who are you? You look like me, but I know you can't be me because I'm me. But you look good. Mariah blinks.
All right. Very interesting, says a voice. And behind the reflections of yourself, you see coming up through the green floor as if made of ooze is Tyrath in his full 8.5, 9-foot glory. However, he seems to be oddly dressed. His embroidered robe is replaced with a cape and a pointed hat upon his head, as if was stereotypically worn of wizards.
The hat has a sparkler, light coming from the tip of it,
Yes, it does.
simmering a bit.
It absolutely does. And he says, "Sometimes I get tired of knowing everything and being everywhere. Sometimes I just want to cut loose."
I can teach you how to cut loose.
Really?
Yeah, I can, but you're too big. I need you to be tiny.
Very well. And with that, Tyrath starts to shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink until he is a scarce foot tall. No, not even a foot. Only a mere 8 inches tall, as a very tiny version of himself. And he says in a high, squeaky voice, "Is this small enough for you?"
Yes. Yes, it is. Oh my gosh, you're adorable.
And
Nora kind of throws her hands up in the air and is like, "What is going on? First of all, Mila, I need you to calm down. Who are you?" And she points up at Mariah, and Mariah stares down at her and blinks again. And she responds with, "You know who I am." "Oh, like hell I do." "Oh, come on, you guys. Just stop fighting. This place is great. Isn't that right, Tiny Wrath?"
aye, it is, and I can make it greater.
"Can we go surfing?"
Yes, we can. And with that, you hear Beach Boys-esque music playing in the background, while the Emerald Room instead changes into a beachfront. And all the aspects of you, Mariah, Nora, and Mila, are all now on surfboards floating in the middle of the ocean. You can be wearing whatever you think is appropriate. I don't know if Mariah is more of a one-piece or a two-piece lady, or maybe she's like an old, 1930s, full swimming bathing suit thing. I will leave that to your interpretation.
I can describe the scene. So what you see is on the waves, 3 surfboards. The first one is clearly Mila. She's wearing just a yellow polka dot bikini, and Tiny Wrath is surfing on top of her head.
Yes.
She has her dreadlocks back. In the middle is Nora, who's kind of stumbling and looking around wildly. She has the blonde bob, and she's kind of looking around and staring at Mariah, who is on the third surfboard, who is sitting cross-legged. She is wearing just normal clothing. Her eyes are closed, and it looks like she's having no trouble at all staying on the surfboard.
And as you are floating there on the boards with Tiny Wrath up on your head, you do hear from the background, "Whoa, whoa, I wasn't prepared for this." And as a giant wave comes, you can see on the top is a flailing August Keach, who is clinging onto the board. He soars past you.
Okay.
Screaming.
So
Yeah.
Mila then, her eyes open wide, and in a brilliant leap, she jumps up, her arms wide open, and she, with her elbow, her arm hooked, grabs onto August's neck and yanks him down into the water.
He goes, "I'm not supposed to get my hair wet," as he is dunked underneath the water. "You've never saved me. You only caused me trouble." All right. What else did we do?
We're suddenly finally at
Uh-huh.
what appears to be something very similar to Perrin's Post.
Oh, yes, okay.
And it's Mila, August, Mariah, and Nora.
Mhm.
Same kind of situation. Nora is questioning Mariah. Mariah is ignoring Nora.
Mhm.
And Mila has August, like, one arm kind of slung over his shoulder and says, "There, see, I saved you, and we're just in time for the race." And straight ahead,
Mhm.
you just see about 1,000 copies of Sasha
Excellent.
running up the hill and running down at them.
August goes, no!
Nora screams, grabbing as many copies of herself as she can, kind of also grabbing August in the process. She manages to, like, lift everyone up with her awesome strength and begins running.
Okay, everyone is running, stacked upon you like a cartoon, as waves upon waves of Sasha comes towards you. Of course, Sasha is not racing to attack you. In fact, it's just the opposite. Perhaps when they finally catch up to Nora, they all stop in their where they are and start doing tricks in front of you, looking for approval and scratches and treats. Yes, yes. And may I continue?
Of course.
Okay. And with this, the tiny Tyrath, I will call him, perhaps, will say, I realize that I almost forgot to give him a high voice. I realize that a proper party requires food, so dig in. And with that, he waves his tiny hands around, and upon the noses of each of the Sashas is a little piece of meat. And on top of Mariah's nose is a smudge of burnt berries. On the top of Nora's nose is applesauce. And on top of Mariah's nose is... I don't know, so you need to help me. Nothing? She gets nothing.
Is chocolate milk, but not in a cup. It just splashes her in the face, and she proceeds to blink and then look over at Mila and look at Nora. And for one final time, Nora asks, "Where the hell did you come from? I know about her, but what's up with you?" And Mariah says, "If you can remember before the battle, you'll know."
And then you wake up?
And then I wake up.
Perfect. Yay!
Woo! Party.
Well, those were dreams.
That was a thing.
Yeah, it was. It was. So now on to the actual game, I guess you could say. Clearly you all wake up, and we're starting the next day after everyone has rested and had their dreams. For those of you who have taken any sort of SDC damage, the dream mushrooms have been able to heal such damage, so feel free to fill yourselves back up. Any aches and pains are gone, as was alluded by your dream sequence narration there, Burn. And so I guess the big question is, what do you guys want to do? There was a few conversations on what to do next, right? And you guys can feel free to just speak as players in regards to the next bit of initiative, right? There was, from my recollection, there was first talk of going back into the tunnels because you were afraid that you would have missed something that Tyrath wanted. The other possibility was to go to the ruins to the north, the ruins of Aberdeen, Maryland, I believe. I have to just quickly confirm. because it will take a few days for the man in your medical wing, Mr. Wright, Mr. Kirk Wright, to heal naturally, in which Al is looking over, tending to right now. Of course, there's a bazillion other options for you, but I think those are the two main things. To depart for the ruins pretty much right away, or go through the caves a second time, or contact Tyrath and give him the fungus that you do have. Am I missing anything?
No, I don't think you are missing anything.
Okay.
I
Well,
I'm kind of for contacting Tyrath after we get the fungus that was in the bag.
Okay.
Right.
yeah, in character, we all know what Mariah wants to do. Out of character, I'm not 100% sure. I don't think we should contact Tyrath because I think we should be 100% sure that we've scoured that cave as much as humanly possible. Although I don't like the idea of fighting those things again. I can't really think of, like...
An alternative?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Same. How about you, Piffy?
I guess as a player fairly confident that that's probably what we were looking for, but another just thorough check around, making sure we go down the paths that we haven't gone down before would be something that wouldn't be amiss.
Okay.
We do still need to spend time doing other things because the guy's still here, and calling Tyrath. Well, we can, of course, contact him and say that we can do it after yay many days, but yeah, we probably shouldn't get him here.
Okay. So you don't want to summon him without utilizing him right away, for fear of wasting his time?
Yes, I want to be probably more sure about it before contacting him.
Gotcha. All right. So I guess this is the other thing, because Squee mentioned this last week. He's fine with waiting with the and tending over the injured individual, Mr. Kirk Wright. If you ask Alicia, she'll go into the caves with you again. However, we know that Mariah is certainly not going to ask Bear. So the question is twofold. One, do you guys just do you just collaborate together, decide you want to go back in the caves and just get ready openly? Or do you try to hide it from Bear? Or do you speak to Bear and say, hey, we're going back in, but we don't want you with you?
I was told not to inform him, and I'm not doing that.
Okay, all right.
Same.
So you guys are going to just try and get your things together and go, like, pretty much try to sneak one past him. Like, don't approach him, don't anything, just go without asking him, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okie dokie. Mariah, roll me a D100, please. Okay. All right. Of course, Bear isn't around Mariah 24/7. He has things he needs to take care of himself, whether it's, eating his meals, taking some time to relax, or even just tending over his weapons and armor, which he is doing right now. You are able to pack your things, pack what gear you need to venture into the caves without him at least approaching you or following behind. Okie dokie?
Okie dokie. By the way, are you guys getting any weird feedback on my end?
No.
No.
Okay, good, because I have my fan blasting on me, because freaking hot in here, so I just want to make sure that it's not feedback.
Oh, it's okay, Criana. All you have to do is if it's too hot, you just have to turn down my voice a little bit, and then you'll feel much better. Yeah.
Damn it! Why didn't you tell me before?
I'm sorry. It's a natural reaction with a lot of people. I just thought you'd be immune to it after a while, but
no,
clearly
no one
you're.
is.
Yeah, that's
no
true.
one is.
I guess that was naive thinking on my part, right?
Yeah, it really was.
Get me the papers.
You go stop, or I'm gonna give myself an ego trip. Anyway, so let me whisk you back over to the caves here, folks. And luckily, the stuff that you have not encountered is still hidden away, which is good. Makes things easier. So let me get your icons back up.
Yeah.
The
And
ones
I also
who-
marked them too.
marked what?
The 3 places that we need to go.
Oh well, aren't you Mr. Proactive?
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
there's still
Wow.
copies of us in the.
Is there? Oh, there is.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're gonna meet our doppelgangers.
Oh my God, you're still dreaming.
Oh no!
Oh my God. Yeah, you don't need a picture of the thingy. Okay, Bear's not there. Al's not there. Is Alicia coming with you?
I would hope so.
Okay. She begins to ask about Bear and then doesn't. Well, as I take you guys into the darkness, where you'll never be seen again until you get to the entrance, and then you'll be seen. All right. Let me just rearrange you. So go ahead and put yourselves, the cave itself, these series of tunnels have not changed since you were there the day before. It's still this dark, wet dirt that is prone to cave-ins. So feel free to place yourselves by one of the entrances in which you still wish to explore.
I'll leave that one to you guys because I honestly have no idea.
Do you want to do this one up here, Piff, or do you want to go down further?
Well, that's the closest one, so why not?
Okie dokie. So, give me a moment as I reveal just a little bit of this area for now. A little bit further down the path itself, you do come across something that seems to be slightly out of place. It is a stone arch that seems to be still embedded in the earth, stretching about 9 feet. Like the crest of the arch is about 9 feet from the ground. Piff, you have archaeology, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, roll me an archaeology, please.
Okay.
How much did you succeed or fail by?
Oh, it is probably around a success of 10. I will have to get out the sheet to give you an exact.
I kind of do need it exact,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Talk amongst yourselves while I very quickly do this.
So how's the wife? How's the kids? Oh wait, none of us are married. Or have waifus. Okay. Or kidzoos
There
that
was
we
a
know
marriage I went to.
That's good.
That was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
You went to a marriage?
Oh boy.
Yes.
Hey, Tiny Rat.
I see you made me. Cannot.
No, I made a small Tyrath cannon.
Perhaps that small tiny rat is called a tiny rat.
Perhaps. But that will stay within. You're gonna stay in Criana's brain. I mean, sorry, not well. You can stay.
No.
You have to stay in Mila's brain.
Never. I will one day be real. And
Okay.
once 12 plus. Oh, I guess I have to go.
Oh, okay. Bye, Tiny Rat.
Bye.
I will be back.
I'm sure you.
Man.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that tiny wrath. All right.
It's crazy. He is crazy.
He is crazy. Anyway, so you succeeded by 12. Okay. Yeah, that's enough. All right. So this seems to be the architecture of probably some sort of cellar. Judging by the stonework itself, it was made by humans probably around 70 years or so ago. If you had to assume, it probably had to deal with a building of quite some prominence, either a religious building or a building that held governors. There is nothing blocking the archway itself. However, I'd like everyone to roll me a D100, please. Okay, Tom, you're the only one who hears it. Beyond the threshold of the arch, you hear the shuffling of feet. Slow, sporadic, heavy. No noises, though.
I'll let the rest know that there's some shuffling going on.
Okay.
Think we'd be equipped to fight them?
Why are we just standing?
Well, there's mushrooms over there.
Oh. So there is.
Yeah.
I'll work on that while we discuss. And
Okay.
we'll
I can
start
say you've
thinking-
got rid of it since you've done so properly in the past using the levitation medallion, and there's enough room in which to navigate, you're able to diffuse, for lack of a better word, these alarm mushrooms.
Alright.
Are you guys ready for a fight? If these are Max Berry?
Alicia nods, and she takes out her vibro blade.
All right, the orb. All right, yes, good.
You still have that document with all its abilities, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Alrighty. Well, folks, what do you do?
Blink.
I. Yeah.
I would like to prowl up to the door,
Okay.
if at all possible, and after getting there, I would like to listen.
All right, give me a
Try
roll.
and see if there's anything else.
All right. Well, first things first, we gotta do a prowl. Give me a prowl check, please.
Okay. So, -5.
Huh. Well then, aren't you Mr. Soft Feet?
Yeah.
So you get up to the arch and you peer around the corner, I reckon. And let me reveal the area and explain to you what you see. Well, first let's reveal this area. So, what you see is... Oh, I might as well get this little alcove too, even though it might not be in your direct... No, it would be in your direct line of sight. Good. So, what you see is the dirt itself, the mud itself, gives way to the remains of a stone floor. Upon the stone floor are several things of interest. The first and most prominent are 4 of these Max Perry. However, they all seem to have been in various states of decay, and many of them, actually all of them, have that hardened, spongy yellow material leaking from gashes and holes underneath their armor. Having encountered this form before, it is clear these are the second phase or undead or other type of Max Perry, the stronger kind. They right now are shambling around as if they have no purpose nor directive, and none of them have noticed you from the best of your ability. In addition, in this room itself, it seems you see several gray slabs, probably about 6 in general. You don't have archaeology or anthropology, do you?
No.
No, okay. So, I'll just explain to them in their dimensions. They seem to be about 7 feet long and about 5 feet tall. They seem to be made of solid stone, and most of them seems to have a slab of stone covering them. On their sides, on the top, seems to be some sort of T's, maybe other iconography of something that you don't really recognize. And although you can't, no, you have your fully enclosed body armor on, so you won't be able to smell anything either. Also in the center seems to be an indentation in the floor as well, as if something very heavy once stood there, which would be marking this thing. Out of the corner of your eye, you see off in the corner some more clutches of that stringy fungus white moss or mushroom or whatever that particular is. The one that you found after delving in the water and coming up the other side by those skeletons.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what you see.
Can I? Where are these, Max Perry? Are they around here?
Oh, David, they're in the wrong layer. I mean, Dave, who's David? I don't know who that guy is. Inferno. Let's make them reveal. There they are.
You mean
Hello.
God? Oh.
God, yeah. Yes.
All right.
Gowd.
Yeah. So, I could start us off right now, but
How rude.
yeah, that is very rude. I'm going to try and make my way back to the group.
Okay. You succeeded in the proud check going there. I'm not going to have you roll dice every single time. You know what I mean? For the sake
Yeah.
of this encounter, you're light-footed. You're good.
All right.
So you're able to get back without these things chasing immediately after you.
So it looks like there's 4 of the already sort of dead, undead things. Max Perry. They're shambling around. It also looks like there's more of that white stuff over there, and another route that goes off to the right. Do you guys think we should engage?
Alicia says, I don't have anything to deal with these things. I blasted one right in between the eyes, and it did shit.
Yeah.
Do you have a water pouch? Actually, no, never mind. I can make one.
Okay. I mean, I could possibly try and, well, burn them all at the same time, but I will need you guys to back me up if we do that. And we're going to all have to be very sneaky.
Alicia says, we're only in here for one reason. Is there any reason why we even need to go past them?
True, but there's another entryway to the right. Would you guys be comfortable with skipping this and moving on?
Is this in character or out of character?
Both?
Either. Yeah.
Okay.
Both and either.
Out of character, I would like to do this. In character, he just kind of hears that there is the moss that he's interested in, but 4 dudes, and if you burn the whole place, would that really, like, save the moss.
Depends on how far this fire spreads, right?
Yeah.
Tom is able to give you rough dimensions of the place. It looks like it's about 30 feet wide by about 50 feet long, to the best of his estimation.
Mm-hmm.
It's made of stone and earth.
Yeah.
What else do we need to cover as far as like not this?
Well, there's also looks like 2 entrances to the south that Burn marked with his little orange thingy.
Oh,
One
very
here.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, as I don't ping it. Way to go, Inferno. One here and one here.